We are live. We are live. We are live across some, but not all channels right now. If you're here on Pump, welcome into the stream. For some reason, Twitter X have decided to send to block Shredcoin, saying we violated terms of service or whatever BS. So right now, I'm just trying to appeal that if you are a follower, if you are part of the community, just a heads up, that is not something in my control, something I'm trying to understand right now and figure out, because it's really annoying. And I know a lot of you probably think the page has been deleted. It's not. It's still there. Just nobody can see it from their side. So it looks right now, it says 0-0. Clearly, we know that's not the case. We know that's not true. We have had people tuning in, following, engaging. So just wanted to let you guys know that we're still here, regardless of what's happened to X, and I'm still going to be going live through this week. And yeah, I would love for you guys to, if you have any questions, let me know. If anyone knows how to get their X account back with such an issue, also let me know. But just part of the game, really. You have to kind of understand how to play around with these platforms, so that these platforms, they don't block you. But just have to be patient at this stage. Not something I can control. Hopefully it hasn't scared any of you or thought we don't exist anymore. Just, again, things that are out of your control, and that's kind of part of life. Today's topic, I just want to make sure, we are streaming. We're good. Consistency is king. Consistency is king. You might be thinking that you're weak, that you don't have willpower, that you just can't do it. But the cold hard reality is, it's not about your strength. Fitness, when it comes to maximizing your results in the gym, the game isn't about going in and having the best workout of your life and hitting PBs and smashing the workout and training like it's your last session on earth. No, it's actually more about just showing up day in, day out, being consistent, pressing your training, and just slowly making 1% improvements each day. That's all you're trying to do. And at some times it might not feel like much. It might not even feel like you're making progress. It might not feel like you're moving forward, but you are, just on such a small microscopic level, silently compounding inside you, inside the muscle, inside your body. Train your body to move in this certain way, lift in this certain pathway, lift, get strong. It's all these like small little details that's happening on a molecular level, on a microscopic level, on a level that you can't see or comprehend. That repeated action of going in and chipping away is what builds strength, is what builds the consistency habit, which is then what builds the competency that you have, and then the confidence, and then the result. So if you find yourself feeling like, I just don't have it in me, I'm just not strong-minded and I just can't do it, I'll tell you what, just try to keep going, because everybody has those moments of self-doubt. Everybody starts off with those inner demons. Fight against them that tell them they're not worthy or tell them they can't, and want to give up and find the easy way out. But it's only in those moments that you want to give up, that you want to stop. Those are the moments that build character. Those are the moments that build strength. Those are the moments you do find that you do have willpower. You have all these positive traits of a winner. And so if you want to get stronger, be consistent, show up day in and day out. And if you are following a program that says go and lift weights 4 days a week, you're going in twice a week, you're not going to get the results you want, because you're not sticking to the program. Now, if your schedule only allows you to go and train twice a week, cool, that's another story. But if you've made a commitment that you're going to go and train 4 times a week and you just train twice, you're breaking a commitment to yourself. You are cheating yourself out of the program, and you are skipping over valuable training sessions which are going to take you closer to your goal. So whatever plan you set yourself, one, make sure it's realistic. Make sure it's a plan that you can stick with. Make sure it's a plan realistic for your lifestyle. Make sure it's a plan that's aligned with your goals. Make sure it's a plan that excites you to go and train, to go and work out. Because if it's not any of those things, you're going to give up. You're going to fall by the wayside and fall off track. And you're going to feel like crap, because every time you don't keep that promise you make to yourself, every time you skip that workout, you lose that little bit of esteem within yourself, that little bit of confidence that says you are capable, you are worthy, you are enough. So you have to keep those promises you make with yourself. You have to keep the promises you make to yourself. And it's such a key part of building self-esteem, building confidence, and of course, building your physique, because the compounding effects of your training sessions, day after day, week after week, day after day, week after week, is what builds muscles, is what builds your physique. It's not the session that you do every now and then, or that one session that you went really hard. It's the small compounding effect of each training session, each kilo you add to the bar, each rep you do extra. This compounding effect is what results come from. So don't ever think you have to go in and smash yourself to pieces, and if you miss your PB that you aim for that day, that you're a terrible person. Or no, just show up. Just show up. There's that saying, showing up is half the battle. And when it comes to training, it really is, because once you're in the gym, you have plenty of ways to stimulate your muscles, to train, to push yourself. But getting there is usually the hard part, the part that people struggle with. You need to first and foremost make sure your training is in such a way that you can stick to it, that you can be consistent, and you don't skip sessions, because when you skip sessions, you are skipping and cheating yourself out of the results you want. So I have these 3 C's when it comes to training. It's consistency, control, and compete. Okay, control and compete. We've gone through consistency, what that means, right? Why you need to be consistent. Control. When you train, you always want to move with control. Never allow momentum take control of you. You want each and every rep to be done in a controlled, calm manner where the muscle is taking the load, the muscle that is intended to take the load is taking the load, and you can always stop the movement at any moment in time. That usually means you have a fair amount of control of the movement, and you don't want to be feeling it in your joints or anything else than where you are focusing on in the session. And then compete. The competition is with yourself. There is no other competition more important than the version of yourself yesterday, last session, last week, last year. Every other person, every other quote unquote competitor, it's irrelevant. It means nothing. It's all about you showing up and beating the previous version of yourself. And you always want to be trying to compete with that last session, that last workout. How can I get better? What can I do better this session? Can I get one more rep? Can I add a bit more weight to the bar? That's the only competition that you should have, is trying to beat yourself. Because if you try and compete with us online and you try and compete with other people in the gym, you're going to train your ego. You're going to get demotivated because there's always going to be someone stronger, bigger, leaner, faster. But you can always be better than yourself. And that is the only competitor that you should be focusing on, because that's the one who's going to push you in the right manner, the right amount. And that's the one that's going to make you feel the best about yourself, because beating yourself has no greater feeling. But beating someone else is temporary. It's great for a moment. But the reality is it's only when you beat the previous version of yourself that you feel satisfied, that you feel successful, that you feel proud. Those 3 C's and apply them into your life: consistency, control, and compete. Compete with yourself. That's the only person that matters in this team. If you want to be consistent with your training, your diet, and turn this into a lifestyle, not just something you do for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, create it such that you can stick to it long term. And that's my message for you today. So when you are planning your training sessions, make sure it has these components. Make sure you can be consistent with it. Make sure you control every rep, every set, every weight, and compete to beat the previous version of yourself, that previous version that stepped in the gym and lifted. Because that's the one that's going to really feel it. That's the one that's going to be proud of the results that you get. So if you found this helpful, drop a comment, follow along at Shredcoin. We are here building the first fitness culture coin through these pump live streams, Monday through Friday this week, and then we'll be scaling back from next week. But we're still building and just looking to attract more people who are trying to achieve their fitness goals, who are wanting to bring the best version of themselves into life for the people around them, to build more confidence in themselves. So if that's you and you vibe with this concept of being a part of the first fitness culture coin and achieving your fitness goals, just follow along and stick around on the page, because we're just getting started, and I truly believe that we're in a space that has exponential growth still, and we're starting off with these streams, and we're going to build out slowly but surely. So yeah, it's been fun just jumping on these streams with you all. Hope you found them helpful as well, and yeah, just share them out, tag your friends, all that good stuff. And hopefully we get our X account back in the next couple of days, because that's where we've been growing the most and building our community. So appreciate you jumping on here today. And if you have any questions at all, go ahead. You can comment below the live streams where you're watching, and happy to answer. All right. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.